What's good, everybody? Welcome back. This is your favorite ignorant American, Dan Stewart, and I've got another rugby reaction video as part of the series of sports that I'm just now learning for the first time. And this is it. This is the moment that so many of you have eagerly requested, and I have so eagerly anticipated. And we are going to check out Jonah Lomu's highlights for the first time. We're going to watch the man, the myth, the legend himself. And guys, I am freaking out. I hope we haven't oversold it. I'm sure we haven't. This is going to be freaking awesome. As a reminder, this is part of my mini series I'm doing of reviewing all of the key competitors in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. And so we're checking out key matches and players and just the history of all these different nations competing in the World Cup. And obviously right now we're doing New Zealand. So with that said, let's just cover a little bit of background about Jonah Lomu. I'm just taking this from Wikipedia and other internet sources. So Jonah Lomu first showed up on the international rugby scene in actually a sevens tournament in 1994. And that was also the same year he made his union debut. And then in the 1995 World Cup, he was widely considered the top player, and that's probably an understatement. And he was sort of the first international rugby star. Unfortunately, 1995 was the same year he developed, or at least was diagnosed with, a very serious kidney disorder that eventually led to complications that took his life in 2015 at the really tender age of 40. So unfortunately, this man's career was cut short. He only got to play in the 95 and the 99 World Cups. But from everything that I've read and heard, this guy, with even that shorter career, left an indelible mark on rugby. And with that said, let's dive in to these highlights. I'm so excited, guys. Cannot wait to see this. Oh! Two guys getting run over. Hit Lomu on the wing, I should say. Oh my goodness. He got back up! Wow, even when you take him down, you can't keep him down. Oh! Masterful freaking fend, and then a quick little high step with his legs to dodge the second tackle. Oh, look at that speed. The corner! Now, real quick. That's dangerous, right? You guys have told me if he goes out of bounds, as we all know, goes into touch, that is a turnover, possession to the other side. So Lomu's just trusting his... Lomu's just trusting his freaking burst speed, which clearly he has a lot of that. Wait, is he wearing a number 1? I thought he was 11. Wow. Can you guys tell me about that? What that number 1 was about? Drugged through by a whole pack and still is able to touch it down. Oh, he's getting loose. He's getting loose. Oh, you guys cannot catch him. Oh my goodness. Just a little, can't touch me. Oh my God. 3 dudes just slipped off him. It's almost, I'm not trying to belittle anyone. It's almost comical. How it's almost like a slapstick comedy, just people bouncing off him. Unreal. One, two, three, 4, 5. Oh my God. Did he score too? Let's watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes. 6 attempted tackles. 1 was a repeat defender. Unreal. Oh, you cannot leg tackle him. I mean, I don't know how you do tackle him, but it doesn't feel like it's grabbing a hold of his calves or something. I think these people are actually making real attempts. Oh wow, and there's that straight line speed you guys told me about, that he just has unbelievable straight line speed. Oh, and he's gonna run it all the way to the middle for the conversion. Is there anybody, so let me ask you a question, is there anybody in the modern game today that looks at and plays any way like Lomu in terms of just their domination? And is there anybody who has a greater frickin' fend than this guy? Oh my God, you cannot touch him. What do you do? Like, look at this guy. That guy, and listen, I'm not saying I would have done it any differently personally, but the guy who slid in and went for his ankles, I can tell I'm gonna like this play, but the guy who went in and slid for his ankles in that last play, it's almost like he didn't want to commit to a really full tackle. Like, he didn't want to have to hit Jonah in a place that you might actually be able to make the tackle, which is more like in the thighs area up towards the waist where you can really knock someone down. He went for his ankles where maybe you won't take as big of a blast. And I totally get it. If I was in the same position, I probably wouldn't even go for the tackle. But I don't think you're tackling Jonah by his shoestrings. I think you got to get up. And oh my God! Oh. Oh my God, dude. It was like, one guy was like, you can't throw my teammate like that. And he got launched in the air, the second one. That was actually really, really cool. All right, we're gonna jump right into part 2. So that first one was the best of Jonah Lomu Must See part 1. And guys, this is a 2-parter. Let's go right into it. I want more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that speed. That guy was hanging with them though. Whoever that was, definitely has got some straight line speed too. But these guys do not have what it takes to stay with him. Oh, he was gaining some ground. Okay, good for him. Oh. In some ways, it's so hard to tell how impressive it is, because we're watching him do it over and over, and we're watching people, in that case, get juked out of their actual shoes. But we're watching people just bounce off him. And hey, there's him wearing one again. Oh, can we see that? That was a hell of a cut. Watch this. Dude, no chance. He could have run that guy over that 6. It was like half his size, but he just took one little extra cut. But it's so hard to tell sometimes just how freaking good he is. Screw it! Oh my God. You don't even see him. I mean, what's fun about this compilation is you don't even necessarily see him having to break people down with little side steps, because he's got so much authority with his power and then obviously the speed. Good Lord, look at that. Hey, there's him wearing 14. I guess that makes sense that 11 and 14 are similar positions. God, it must have been scary, right? Anytime he gets his hands on the ball, or he got his hands on the ball, out on the wing, as the opposition, that has to be a moment of terror, really. And honestly, ooh, God, people just bounce off him. It almost, in some ways, that maybe is a strength in itself, right? People maybe making poor decisions on how they attempt to tackle him. They're scared of taking the big hit, and he rolls through. God, you can't stop him. Oh, 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 yes. We are seeing almost no plays like this from him. No, at least in this highlight reel of these skill plays where he little chips it up to himself and runs under it. And boy, he's got the speed to do it. I guess he doesn't need to, right? I mean, maybe he did this a lot more and we're not seeing it in these highlights, but why does he need to, right? He's out here on the flank and just beating people. There's another run where it almost looks like just normal for him. There's another run where he beats 4 people. Bulldozes 2 there. Oh, I guess 1. Collapses 1 into the second guy. Oh, nice. Quick offload. You got it to the right guy. Oh. What? Like, seriously, that's half the team. And look how dejected they look. They knew that he was going through them. Let's watch that. Oh, you know who he looks so much like? Guys, just coming from my background growing up watching the NFL, there's a all-time great running back called, his name's Jim Brown. Just one of the greatest athletes, was way ahead of his time in terms of his athleticism. He had straight line speed like Jonah, but also incredible destructive power, greater than you would expect a running back to have. And just an absolute all-time great. And they look so much alike, just in terms of the way they play the game. Check it out for yourself. And this is in no way, I mean, if anything, this is a compliment to both of the gentlemen, both being at the absolute peak of their sports and their times. You should check out Jim Brown's highlights and tell me his plays don't look just like this. Just beating people down the field, and then if someone makes contact with them, even if it's a whole group of the team, they all seem to just bounce off him like he's rubber. Oh, guys, that was a good one. It was subtle, right there. That little instep that just shook that last defender. The defender fell down. He tracked that ball. Ooh, and he stayed up, and he demolished this guy. Guy tries to trip his feet. Great balance to stay up. No. I gotta tell you, and having never played rugby myself, that cannot be the way they teach the tackling form. This guy buried his head, which is understandable. You're a little bit scared of what's about to happen to you, but you are not taking down Jonah. Burying your head with your ass up like that, like get down, get leverage, and I guess hold on for dear life. So much easier said than done. I'm not suggesting I could do it. But good Lord, the man is a freaking beast. Like an absolute beast. Oh my God, I loved that. Guys, that was awesome. I cannot wait for more. We're going to be watching some older matches coming up here soon, including some of the World Cups he played in. So we're going to get to see a lot more of his action, and I'm sure we saw highlights in those compilations that were actually from the World Cup. So some of it, I'm sure, will be a repeat. But this was great. There's more of this to come. Man, if you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.